silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to FPL Gameweek 27, the podcast. I didn't know whether to call this a blank game week or a double game week because it's a mixture of both. So I just called it a free hit game week since a lot of people are playing the free hit. But we will be discussing other stuff as well, like just not the free hit. So if you're not playing the free hit, don't worry. We'll be discussing on players that you could probably look into for Game Week 27 and also going forward. So with me, I've got Rush and Abin, who are both back, and both with green arrows as well. So all three of us on greens. But interestingly, for now, yeah,
There's
exactly.
still games to go that will hurt us.
Yeah, that's it. There's still games to go. There's still me without a son, no Kane, and who could damage my rank. But yeah, lot to go. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Okay.
Crazy couple of games coming up.
Yeah. Let's see. Are you guys playing the free hit? Anyone? No one? I know Abin's not. I don't think so.
You never know with what I do, you know.
Yeah, that's
I remember of the last podcast, I didn't think I was doing a wild card or anything, and I ended up just doing it just because I just see everyone doing it.
Well, your team is set up decently. Let's
I
actually.
think so. I think looking back, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
One or more check. I would have done one or two other players rather than other ones that I had, just because to set me up better for this week.
Yeah.
Because at this stage, I've got 2 players unavailable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That so we'll look at the teams as well. Now, agenda is double game week 27. I called it double game week, could be blank as well. Discussion, we'll look at the chip strategy, free hit template. The free hit template I took from Twitter. And then season ticker, team, defense and attack, midfielders, strikers going forward. And then game week 27 fixtures and captain, because this week captaincy especially could be a bit differential depending on who you get. Then managers teams, price changes, combined panel team. I'll put managers teams here, but I think we'll jump to it straight away. Rush leading 72 points with the -8, so that's what, 64?
Hey, add bench points and I'll be better.
See,
And high bench points too.
bench. So this is the thing. All of us have 12 points on the bench. Rush has 12 points, Livramento. I've got Livramento 12 points, and Abin has Weghorst 12 points.
Yeah.
Out of all three of us, Abin seems most likely to get the 12 points if Trent doesn't play.
Really? Is that a fact?
No. I think he might play. But if he doesn't play, and then the two of us have Livramento as third sub, kind of expected, but oh well.
Yeah. No, it was a very silly move from me because when I had him in, because I was bringing him anyway for the weeks coming up as well, because there's a lot of double game weeks for Burnley. But then I there was so much rumors of his fitness that I thought he was not going to even play this game week.
Yes, at the start, and then I think Sean Dash came with a press conference.
Yeah, and I missed that. I probably was asleep by then. So
okay, yeah, and then you missed out. Yeah.
So then I was like, damn, Coutinho has a great game against Watford.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens. So
I going forward, even I still like this team going forward, because I think a lot of people are going to be ending up on this team.
my
Huh?
My team.
Yeah, your team.
Okay,
Except for maybe Rafinha.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to find that budget midfielder. He'll stick with Rafinha, and look, he played. They played United and he scored, right?
Yeah.
So you know, if there's any attacking threat in Leeds, he'll be around. So he'll keep churning away points.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to redo some of this, I just didn't have budget. You know, I would have had Nick Pope instead of Sa. I would have had. I would have maybe brought in Burnley defense. Instead of Kilman, I would have wanted Size maybe. But the rest of it, I was fine because I was playing with ideas. Is it either Son or is it Kane that I want, and then build the team around that? I chose Son in the end, but I couldn't afford both of them in the team. So I mean, if I had Kane, I mean, there's a whole different team lookout that you could have built. So
it's still pretty good going forward. The only one that
I think so. It's just I didn't realize how, again, my mistake of didn't realize how I had 2 players off for this game, the next game week, 27.
Okay,
with Arsenal and Liverpool blanking for me, and I've got 5 players between them. So, 6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players between.
But
Arsenal.
The keeper is fine, right? It's just 2 players that you had.
Correct. Yeah.
The only one here in this team after like one more game week's worth of information is like Luca Digne, who I think is more of like an hour. I'm wondering why I got Luca Digne in, because Aston Villa haven't looked good defensively.
But if you go back a couple of podcasts, we were discussing, and you and Rush were both, telling me all about Dean. I'm like, I think he's a very overhyped player. Yeah. He just has good attacking threats or this and this, but his team never has any defensive results. And if you look at his scores, the season is just 2-0, 2-0, 0-2, 2.
So I think the reason why we thought that Digne was good because the other fullbacks had been performing.
Yeah, for Aston Villa, that's the thing.
It's the same thing. It's like we take our target.
I mean, like the first week he came and he got a 12-pointer, and then after that it's been like.
Yeah, that's right. I think Aston Villa, they've hit a bit of a slump the last couple of game weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
we were right for the 1 game week, right, Ryan?
Yeah, just for the 1 game week. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I didn't time it correctly, so I didn't get benefit from it. But so that's.
But look, I took a lot of bold moves as we were discussing previously on our chat. Yeah. I've taken out a couple of template players that you're already.
Yes, Cancelo. Oh my God, you escaped them all in.
Cancelo and Bowen as well.
Yeah.
So it's
Bowen, I saw the West Ham game. I was like, okay, Bowen, I guess you can escape with Bowen. But Cancelo, every time he is on the pitch, I'm like, this guy is gonna get a goal today.
Yeah, I mean, even the game with Tottenham, it is scary. But I took a punt, and let's see where it goes. I think as a season, now with the results of the weekend, he might still be important in the league. So
yeah, true. That's the thing.
I just try to think that he might be not as regular, and I can't have it.
I don't know. I think a lot of managers are going to bring Cancelo back in after that 1 game, because I saw on Twitter and a lot of people were like, "Ooh, thinking of bringing Cancelo back in." But we'll see.
I wanted to bring actually Robinson instead of Van Dijk.
That didn't make much.
I didn't. Well, I think it kind of affected the balance of my team. Couldn't fit it otherwise. So I went with Van Dijk.
Fair enough. This is Rush, Super Captain played. Jota, not going to be playing Leeds, which means, unfortunately, it's not Livramento coming on. So, what's your plan for 27?
Well, I mean, I think my team is kind of like, I need to make some fixes or at least plan ahead for 28, 29.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just have had a rough mind in terms of do I want to use the wild card or not.
Yeah.
Again, really depends on how many double games I can get in, and in terms of the players, I think in my team for the long run, I think at least half of them I'm pretty happy to keep for the while. Like the Son, Salah, Trent, Cancelo, even Lacazette. I have him now, but I mean, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of double game week, but I need to do some. I think in this podcast I'll probably look at more double game week players for the upcoming game weeks.
Yeah.
Plan ahead. But I mean, Weghorst is my player, one of the players I brought in, and I'm kind of glad he played because that helped a lot.
Hmm.
He's looking good.
And Dennis returned something finally.
Yeah, I think first time my front three have actually returned.
Yeah, that's true. Forwards actually scoring.
Yeah, my front three, my bench are my highest scorers.
Well, it was actually a good week for forwards if you look at it with Kane and Jimenez as well on my side. So,
Except for Roy, who had Ronaldo. Sad life.
Yeah.
But yeah, most forwards actually scored this week. So looking good going forward. I guess Emerson Royal is the only one doubt because Spurs defensively not that great yet. But I think you first have to handle 27 because you might have to replace Jota with someone. And then
And then your team?
And this is mine. I was lucky that Ramsdale didn't keep a clean sheet. But at the same time, I had Tierney for that cover. But Foster managed to keep a clean sheet. I think I kind of expected one clean sheet at least because they've improved defensively. But the disappointments were in Bowen and Cancelo, especially Cancelo, who didn't get a single return in that game. After watching the game, I thought he should have come out with one.
What about Martinelli? He's still hanging on.
Martinelli, I hope that he will start the next game. That's why I played him. Because I was thinking one game against Wolves is not too bad. I'll try him and see. Especially if he plays as a striker role. If Lacazette gets benched to play ESR left and Martinelli up front, or ESR up front and Martinelli left. That's why I went with Martinelli. I was like, because I was like looking at it going forward. When I got Martinelli in, I was like, I'm going to still want Martinelli for the next few game weeks as well of Arsenal's, especially at that price point. So I kind of like, okay, there's no point in me actually removing him right now. Although now with all the new double game week news, I could potentially wildcard in 28. So for 27, I could potentially remove him from 27 and then bring him back again on the 28 wildcard. But let's see what he does against Wolves.
Was he in the game? He got red card. Was he playing striker?
No, he was the winger.
Yeah. So that was the game where obviously Aubameyang left and stuff. So this is the first game after. So you're still expecting him to play in the striker role?
What I saw was Arsenal fans said during training and all, he played in a striker role during training. So that means Arteta is probably trying him out in that position. And the last game week I asked Roy as well, and Roy said he could potentially play there as well if needed. And then when I was on some Twitter spaces, people said Martinelli could play there if needed. We'll swap between Lacazette because Lacazette might not be able to play all games as well. I guess the only thing is because Arsenal don't have any other fixtures and just the Premier League, they can kind of like rest all their players. So there isn't going to be much rotation. So we'll have to see. We'll see. I don't know. It's a risk that I'm taking.
And Antonio, I think you must be one of the few.
Antonio is going. He's going.
I've seen I don't see many teams anymore, and you're hanging on.
I don't know. Like he's just been there just because of the fact that I haven't been able to get rid. Because I've had other fires to like look at that. I had like Jota to get rid of before Antonio. So I've had so many fires to put out. Others, if I didn't have the Jota issue, I would have taken Weghorst instead of Antonio. But then I had the Jota thing come up, so I had to like get rid of Jota first. Now, having said that, we were talking about chip strategy. So this is Ben Krelin's sheet on Twitter. So basically, this is still 26 that's going on. 27's fixtures are also here, which is upcoming. This is the, I think, FA Cup round 5 fixtures. And after that only, we'll probably know what's going to happen in Game Week 30. And we have the doubles in 28 and 29. Now, there is a possibility that Chelsea double in 28. So they probably get one more fixture added to 28. Mainly because of the fact that I think they have... where's Chelsea? They got 2 games here left to reschedule and possibly the Norwich game as well. So they don't have enough midweeks to actually reschedule their games. Assuming they go throughout the Champions League fixtures, they'll have one gap here, maybe one here, and probably I don't think they'll play anything. Or 37 maybe. But like there won't be enough gaps in between to reschedule Chelsea's fixtures, so they're thinking that Chelsea might actually play another game in 28, a double in 28. So what I've seen from Twitter is like people are thinking of either, so most people who didn't play the wildcard in 25 might actually wildcard in 28. Others who wildcarded in wildcard in 26 could wildcard in 28. Others who wildcarded in 26 might play their bench boost in 28. because the bench boost also can be very appealing, especially if Chelsea also get a double. So those are the kind of like thoughts going on right now. We haven't got any confirmation yet. I think we'll probably get more confirmation based on the FA Cup fixtures. After the FA Cup fixtures, we might know a bit more in terms of what's going to happen for 28-29, if there are going to be more fixtures. And also then we'll get to know a better idea in terms of Game Week 30, how many blank Game Weeks we're going to have. So that's the current update.
What chips do you guys have left? I mean, you guys haven't used a free hit or wildcard. Like, I think I've got nothing left.
Yeah, I've got two free hits, a bench boost, and a wildcard.
Same. Yep.
My plan is possibly wildcard Game Week 28, bench boost Game Week 29 because it looks pretty decent, and then from what's expected, the expected bigger doubles are going to be in 33 and 36, and then I'll use both my free hits in 33 and 36. That's kind of how I'm thinking at the moment.
I mean, there's not many other opportunities really. Are there going to be any other doubles weeks coming up later on after 30?
So after 30, we might have a few other doubles, but the bigger doubles are probably 33, 36, probably. But I think I won't be shocked if we have one game put in like 31, one into 32, something like that, small doubles. So we could potentially have it every week as a double game week, for like how Burnley are having one for 27.
Yeah.
But that's what people are expecting as the more bigger doubles, like how 28, 29.
Yeah, I think Newcastle have like a couple of double game weeks, right?
Yeah, they do. So 28, 29, Newcastle are double. Trippier is not. Unfortunately, Trippier is out. Otherwise, he would have been a really good asset to win for that game.
So it's St. Max, right? St. Max is out.
Yeah, that's what. St. Max is also out. So I'm not sure who to get from Newcastle. We'll have to see how they do. Probably.
Joe Willock.
Joe Willock, like last time? I don't know. We'll see. If he can get on. I don't think this time he's been that great, but we'll see. Maybe Chris would if anyone wants to, but probably not. So having
do you have full squad for next game week?
I have to take a hit.
Yeah, okay.
And I was thinking, this is what I'm being contemplating, because we'll look into the players as well. Actually, let me bring it up. So this is what I've been seeing on Twitter in terms of what I did was I went and added all the players who I've seen like very commonly. Jimenez is not there. Jimenez, I accidentally forgot to add Kane. Kane should be the one there instead of Jimenez. But this is like most of what I was seeing. So you'll see variations of this kind of squads. So you have either De Gea or Pope in goal, probably Jose Sa as well, maybe. You'll have your one Burnley defender, either me or Roberts.
You're triple City players, will you?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of triple City players.
How do you know who's going to play?
But a majority of people have gone for Sterling and Mahrez and Cancelo as the options. I think the good thing is the fact that because City lost, now they have like only a 3-point gap, right? If Liverpool win their next game. So City can't really take it easy as well because title race is effectively back on, which I thought I would never say, but it is kind of like. So there's a guy on Twitter who tries to predict City lineups, and this season he has like a 9.5 out of 10 average without taking the goalkeeper, because goalkeeper is basically almost confirmed. So that's a pretty good prediction. And I guess it kind of makes sense because this season Pep, compared to previous seasons, Pep this season has been a bit more consistent in terms of some of the players that he plays. And the reason people have gone for Sterling and Mahrez, I think, Mahrez because of set pieces, and also because he didn't start the last game, so they're thinking he'll start this game. Sterling because of how Everton, in terms of how weak they are. So if you watch the highlights of the Everton game, I saw Everton being very weak on their right flank, so their right back side. So Sterling operates on the left, right. So he kind of benefits from that, from being at the end of the goal. So there is a potential for Sterling to be a really good captaincy choice as well. Again, it's a Pep team. It does come with a set of risk in terms of maybe not even like the start issue, but like in terms of the points being distributed around. But yeah, this is kind of the feeling that I got that people are actually looking at. Like a triple Burnley, one United defender. People are going for Bruno because of United's XG and also Bruno's form. and the potential that Ronaldo probably doesn't play the next game, so Bruno could be on penalties as well. Son is in there, Kane is in there, no Jimenez, because of how Spurs were, and they're playing Leeds, who were pretty bad defensively against United. So yeah, that's basically, and the template seems pretty strong. The Twitter template for free hit at least.
Yeah.
It's interesting that people are actually free hitting now because you tend to see free hits when there's a lot of double game weeks or when there's a lot of games missing. It's interesting that the big teams who aren't playing this weekend are Liverpool and Arsenal. Even in this template, you're only seeing 3 players, which is the Burnley players who have the double game weeks.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that people are deciding to use the free hit now, I guess.
Probably because everyone targeted at Liverpool and Arsenal fixture. Like they went triple up on Liverpool, triple up on Arsenal.
Yeah.
Which means that you've got 6 players, and you still want them for the upcoming game as well, because 28, 29 they have doubles as well. So I kind of understand why people.
Me. In a sense, me.
Exactly. Basically, like Avin. Unfortunately, the Liverpool assets didn't really pay off. They could have probably paid off, but it didn't. But that's basically what's happened, I think. But what must be said is, end of the day, it's still going to be a small minority that's free hitting compared to the huge, like the population of the game. Like last week before the deadline, we thought everyone's going to wildcard, and I personally thought Salah's EO was going to drop below 200. But then it comes out that he has like a 250 EO, and I was like, what? So it's like still a significant high portion of active players still ended up free triple captain in Game Week 26.
There were just more people who had FOMO over Salah not playing for the last 2 months.
Yeah, exactly.
The return game for him.
So
everyone captain him.
So I won't, like, end of the day, in the overall game, you won't see too many free hits. But at the same time, the more active player base, you'll see a decent amount of free hits.
Yeah.
It'll be between this and Game Week 30. I think that's where the free hits mostly will be spread across. But because of the Game Week 28 and 29 doubles, it means if you wildcard in 28, you could kind of like set yourself up decently for 30 as well without having to free hit. Because you'll be getting like your Wolves players, you'll be getting your Arsenal players anyway, and they're playing Game Week 30 as well, and they have a good run after that as well. So you'll be getting like players from there who you could probably fit a squad for Game Week 30. So that's it.
Yeah.
The Game Week 30 only has a few games, right?
At the moment only 3 games. Arsenal are playing Aston Villa, Brentford are playing Leicester, and Leeds are playing Wolves.
Yep.
So we don't know. We'll have to see.
So you'll bring your favorite Brian Mbeumo.
Oh no. I am not touching Mbeumo again.
Who does it?
Mbeumo. No. I'm never going back. I am not going back there again. For me, Brentford are in a relegation fight. I'll probably go Leicester for Tielemans maybe, but apart from that, I really won't touch anyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think majority of people play their triple captain this week. I still have that option left. I don't know when that'll happen, but yeah. That'll happen. Probably in Leeds. It's Liverpool's next double game week,
which is 29. I think that's where people who didn't play it this week are probably looking to, because they play Brighton and Arsenal. Not the more stronger fixture, to be honest. Because both Brighton and Arsenal defensively are a bit better. But then again, this is Salah. We know what he's capable of.
And also, we'll know based on tomorrow if it's a good fixture or if Salah doesn't play tomorrow, then that'll be obviously the Brighton Arsenal will be a good option.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hope one time my luck changes with Salah, because I've been loyal with him. I stuck with him even then everyone kicked him out of AFCON, and he returned and had a rubbish point. So I hope there's one time he kills all of you people and I get my triple point there.
They're going to loud and clear. But the thing is, they have Carabao Cup as well, which is in a few days. Is it potential that he might get rested or even play like
maybe
a half?
I doubt he'll get rested in the league. Being this close in the league.
But the problem is Firmino and Jota are both injured.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he might play, right? At least about 60 to 70 minutes.
That's the hope.
Yeah, we'll see.
If they go up like 2-0, 3-0 early up, then they can start Ox or something. Someone
Yeah,
random.
yeah. Assuming that Salah has got those 3 goals that we're talking about, then I don't mind. You can do whatever you want, Klopp.
Yeah, I don't want Luis Diaz to score the goals there.
Yeah, no. Oh, Mane. Okay, so that's the team. So this is season ticker. This is obviously gaming 30 kind of needs to be modified because there might be less than this. But for now, Newcastle are on top with the double. Southampton there. Southampton good players. Ward-Prowse looking decent. I know Rushant has had success before.
My favorite.
With Ward-Prowse. Broha also looking pretty good, especially for value. Broha looks pretty good. Wolves, obviously, we've spoken about their defense as well before. Spurs are there with a decent run as well going forward. But at the bottom, Man United, you probably want to get rid of all your assets after the Watford game. West Ham there, Crystal Palace. West Ham also, I can see why people are getting rid of Bowen going forward. But yeah, and then obviously Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea there.
When I met my wildcard team, I consider all of that. I don't have any United players or West Ham players. So
fair enough. That makes sense. Yeah. Because I think especially they have Europa League coming up as well. Yeah. Once that starts for them, then they'll obviously be a bit more busy. So we'll have to see how it goes.
United are just starting to look good as well.
Who, United?
Somehow.
Hopefully, just in time for the bigger games.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's when they perform, don't they?
Yeah, that's what. So we'll see. Tomorrow, Champions League. We'll see what happens against Atletico Madrid.
Who would you consider in the Newcastle team that you would bring in? The only person was Trippier, and now he's gone.
Actually, I don't know. Probably a goalkeeper if you wanted to risk it, like yeah, exactly. But like, I don't know. Like, there's no one else from the Newcastle team. Maybe then that new signing they got, the Bruno guy, but
yeah, well, he hasn't played.
Yeah, that's the thing. He hasn't played, so I don't really know who to actually bring in because there isn't anyone really like outstanding per se.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Trippier was there, I would have definitely gone Trippier, but now no Trippier.
Yeah.
Cool. So team defense. Although we must say Newcastle are no longer a team to target because their defense has improved. So probably look somewhere else. This is the team defense. I have sorted this by minutes per XG considered non-penalty. Norwich obviously the worst, and you can kind of see why people ended up triple captaining Salah, and also why people will be targeting Southampton assets because they're playing Norwich for free hit 27. Leeds on there, so Spurs assets are also targeted. Spurs also there, which is why their defense aren't that great. So something to keep about. Everton, still pretty bad, and I think they're going to get relegated given Everton's upcoming fixtures. If you look at their fixtures, it's really hard. I feel like they're going to get relegated.
If they get relegated, geez. Oof.
They haven't got relegated before, so this will be the first time they'll get relegated. But I don't know, their fixtures just scream really hard if you look at their fixtures.
But their owners are like the second richest in the world or something.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't know. But the strongest defenses, this is over the last 4 matches. Chelsea in there, because obviously they haven't played too much. Arsenal, probably the strongest, I would say, at the moment. Newcastle, again, told you, not a team to target, because they are right up there. Followed by Brentford, although I don't think Brentford, maybe it could be.
I thought it was a bit skewed because of like the lack of games and
yeah.
Had. Because I would have seen Wolves there. Because if you look at Wolves' defense, it's been pretty immense.
Yeah. That's why I took last 4 matches.
City, I think they've conceded the second fewest.
Yeah, I think they have. Wolves have conceded only 3 goals, yes.
Yeah.
Only Burnley, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Chelsea less. But yeah. Wolves are pretty tight defensively, I would say. Although they do concede a decent amount of chances, but they don't let anything go in. So Jose is still a pretty good keeper from that.
Yeah.
Anything standing out here? No?
Not really.
Okay. Moving on to teams attack. I have sorted this by minutes per XG. Last 4 matches. So not 4 game weeks, 4 matches. City on top. United second.
Yes.
Interestingly.
XG at least.
XG elite.
Second in.
Liverpool up there. So you kind of see why people are keeping Bruno Fernandes, especially with the Watford as well. Liverpool up there.
Forget Bruno. I mean,
Yeah.
has anyone even thought of Sancho yet?
He is really good. If I didn't have Bruno, I would take Sancho because he's showing the form like the people that they bought him for.
Yeah, you look at his points the last couple of weekends.
He's really good. He's probably,
Yeah.
in terms of XG, one of the top players in the last few game weeks.
Got some good.
And what's his? How much did he cost? 8.9 only.
Go ahead, Ruth.
Yeah, I think he's even like in game as well. Some of the assists and stuff, and like the passing is really clinical. So he's definitely stepped his game up. And
23 points the last 2 game weeks. So.
Yeah, so he's another really good pick. The thing is, if you're on a free hit, I'll bring him in. If you're not on a free hit, then I probably won't bring him in because of the upcoming run.
Probably United players this weekend, unless you already have them or you got free hit. If you bring them in.
Yeah, exactly. Southampton there, 4th. Again, Broha, Ward-Prowse could be good options. I'm glad that Livramento is back. So, decent budget bench option as well. But right at the bottom for attack, Burnley. Although I think Weghorst is like after 27, you might as well forget about it. Norwich, West Ham United, Antonio. I don't know if he even has like 0.1 XG, Antonio. I don't know what he has.
But I don't know where the goals are coming from besides Bowen.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think West Ham even know where the goals are coming from except for Bowen. But yeah, not looking good. Wolves kind of expected because people knew that they won't score too much, but then they did get a decent amount of goals last game. Chelsea struggling for goals last few games. And then the rest are like the normal expected ones.
Yeah. I think the only surprising team here really is Southampton from the beginning of the season to now. They really stepped up their game in terms of attack at least. I mean, we wouldn't be even considering the likes of James Ward-Prowse and Adams and stuff in other years.
Yeah.
As a joke, yes. But also if you got a good double game weeks, yes. But James Ward-Prowse has been killing it last 8 to 10 game weeks. He's definitely up there in terms of highest, point scorers.
So why have you been shy to get him then, Rush?
I will be actually.
It's too late. When you get him, it's over.
Do they have any fixtures? I don't think they have any fixtures.
They play Norwich and then they got double game.
They play Norwich and exactly. They have a double game week after that. Aston Villa and Newcastle. Newcastle may be a bit more harder, but Aston Villa.
Boys.
And then they have Watford in 29. So it's a good run. I'm not going to say.
Put him in the post the next week. In the next cover photo.
That's good. It's surprising how good where Southampton got this form from. They're in the top 10 now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, going back to West Ham, it's just like a lot of those people, dependable people from this season and I guess last. It was like, where are they now? You think of Ben Rama, Fornal, Souček. Where's everyone? Like, if you look at the last couple of games, it was Dawson that's been scoring goals. He was in my team before this. Dawson, Bowen, it's like, and Antonio, where are they?
So let's look at the players, right? Raheem Sterling, right on top. Last 4 game weeks, I think this is XGI of 3.52. Sancho, second on that list for midfielders, 3.02. Foden on there, Bruno Fernandes on there, Fabinho on there.
Fabinho?
If you look at Fabinho's last few game weeks, if you look at the points, apart from last game week, he's got like 23 points in 4 game weeks.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing to consider is that there was no Salah and stuff. So
exactly. Yeah, true.
Okay.
Salah there as well. Daniel James, but I wouldn't look into it too much. Mahrez, Rashford, Gundogan. You wanted a Newcastle player, right? Here you go. Ryan Fraser.
No, I don't want him. That's good.
Okay, then that's all I got for you.
Gotta take a punt on Willock. I've been telling you, Joe Willock score every game in this game.
I remember last season. What he was saying. It's towards the end.
We'll see.
Score every game. 4 games in a row.
Joe Willock. We'll see if we can get some form. But I don't know. Any midfielders?
Salah is there, isn't he? I mean, I think Crystal Palace. I mean, I had Gallagher for a long time. Obviously, I've taken him out now, but I remember Crystal Palace having very good fixtures going forward. Certainly some club our target, I guess.
Yes, they
Alright.
do have a decent, like after game week 31, they have Leicester, Everton, Leeds, Southampton, Watford, Aston Villa, and then United at game 38. So they have a good set of fixtures from 31.
I mean, even now, look at what they've got. What Burnley,
Oh yeah, this one, Burnley, Wolves, good, and then City
yeah,
after
Burnley,
that.
Wolves, and City fine. Arsenal, fine. Then Leicester, Everton, Leeds,
Yeah, this is a
Southampton,
good run.
Watford. Yeah.
Well, again, it depends which Crystal Palace we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also true. That's the other thing.
You have the 3-0 versions where Gallagher's stuff are killing it, or you just had destroyed. So
yeah, that's true. And I guess the other ones, Huming Sun, everyone will be looking. That's a kind of common, but anyone that's out like unexpected, I don't really know. I think Sancho is the only one. If United had a better run,
Fabinho is surprising for me.
yeah, but then the factor has to be like, I guess that's the no Salah factor.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about is actually Everton and Anthony Gordon and what's
Yes.
happening there with like DCL and so Anthony Gordon's on the list. Obviously, he
Yep.
scored, but Everton's been shocking last few weeks, and the game weeks they're meant to have good. They've been pretty average, or at least the score is not. It's not coming from. We don't know where it's coming from, right? So
Yeah.
with Gray out and stuff. So what's the go with Everton?
So they have a double in game week 29. Wolves and Newcastle, not too bad. I think Anthony got what 4.5 million or something.
Yeah.
Pretty good fifth midfield option, and if you wanted to like bench boost in 29 even, would be a good option.
It's such a turn of events, isn't it? I mean, if I think of first game 6 game weeks,
Yeah.
I think you had
Ducre.
Ducore for
Yeah.
a while. Everyone had Gray.
Yeah.
DCL was killing it the first 3.
Yeah.
I had DCL for the last 10, I think, and I got like 2 points or something, 4 points over the last 10 game weeks.
Yeah, that's what they're not looking good. Because see, look at this run, right? City, Tottenham. Okay, Wolves, Newcastle. Maybe Wolves actually could be a tough game for Everton. West Ham, United, Crystal Palace, maybe Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, Brentford, and Arsenal. See, this is what I'm telling you. They might get relegated. They got Arsenal, Leicester, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, City, and Tottenham in the leftover games. That is not easy.
No.
It's not at all.
So yeah, if you're looking at Everton assets, maybe Anthony Gordon, but apart from that, I don't really see anyone performing per se. But yeah, he's a good fifth option, fifth bench option. But we'll see how Lampard does. If Lampard can actually improve this team or not, we'll have to see. Strikers. Oh, yeah. Good.
No, I'm just shocked that DCL hasn't had any returns in the last few games.
Yeah, well,
right.
I think that's all of us. Talking about DCL and strikers. So this is last 4 game weeks, I think. What's these 4 matches? I think last 4 game weeks. XGI is sorted. Oh, this is probably last 4 matches. Because I don't think DCL has had a 1.04. Maybe he has had. I don't know.
That's the last one with Kane's got the 2 goals.
Okay. So yeah, last 4 game weeks. So Kane, 2 goals. Ronaldo up there still, even though he hasn't been really getting anything. Lacazette, 3rd. Broha. This is why I think a lot of people are looking at Southampton. Look at that. Broha and Shea Adams in the top 5. And they've got a good run upcoming. Cavani. This is definitely last 4 matches. That's why Cavani is on here. So I should have put last 4 game weeks. My bad. King. Josh King. Jimenez stepping up. Dennis has got a goal. We'll see how it goes. Every time I want to get rid of a Watford player, they end up getting a double game week.
Is he classified? I thought he was in midfield.
Who?
Is he
Dennis? He's a striker.
Yes.
Diaz. Diaz. He's a striker, indeed. Is he?
Okay.
What? No, he should have been a midfielder.
Yeah, I thought he was midfield.
Let me see.
Because if he's a striker, I'd for sure have, I think, really good.
Oh, yeah, he is a midfielder.
Yeah.
It's wrong there. I should probably let them know.
Let them know.
Yeah, I should probably let them know that. Anyways. Calvert-Lewin, Weghorst, Watkins, Tony, Richarlison, Edward, Welbeck. No one really stepping up here. Anyone?
Yeah. Strikers is, again, we're at that point where we're running thin on strikers, and Kane scored now, so I think people are going to start riding his bandwagon with the double game. But watch him.
I think you have to give it a few game weeks, to be honest.
This is interesting, right? Like I think right now, if you were to do a free hit for 27, you probably bring in Kane.
Yeah.
What if he blanks tomorrow? Are you still bringing him in?
No.
You know what I mean? It's such an up and down thing with Kane. Like at 12.2, that's why I haven't made my transfers yet. I'm still waiting to see what happens tomorrow because I could have done my transfers today. I'm just waiting to see what happens tomorrow.
I still prefer Son over Kane.
I do, but if you were to double up,
oh yeah, then you probably have. Those are the only two you double up with.
It's a very expensive to double up.
Oh yeah, it is. It is indeed a very expensive.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? We've been like, the strikers aren't really. This week was a rare week to get strikers returns.
But also the thing is, Spurs have very, very good fixtures coming up.
They do. Yes.
If Son and Kane click, then it's going to be difficult to bring them in now or later on. So you have to sort of plan for that because if you look at after 31, got Newcastle, Brentford, Leicester, Liverpool now, but Burnley, Norwich, they end the season on a high.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I think you can't ignore ignore Kane.
Yeah.
This season's Kane has been shite, but if they do like click, I mean, he was great last game week. I saw like he was like back to where he was meant to be, like last season.
He's looking at Pep. Is this enough for me for a transfer next season? Every goal he scores. Maybe that's another 10 million on the price tag.
No, but he looked really good, and if that's the form we're going to expect from him, I think that'll be dangerous not to have him.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's what I like when I wildcard in 28. I'll have a decent understanding of what he does in Burnley and Leeds, because then he'll be going against Everton, and if Everton are still pretty bad, I don't mind that, and I don't mind getting both of them. And then obviously the double game week in 29, and they have Arsenal also to reallocate, so there's another double game week later down.
Spurs only have FA Cup left, right? This is the only thing they're in.
Yes, only the FA Cup. Oh, no, yeah, that's the thing. They're out of Europe, so yeah.
They're out of the Europe, whatever.
Europa Conference or whatever, yeah. So yeah, they have only FA Cup. So we'll have to see how that goes. Where is Spurs? Where am I looking at? Oh yeah, Tottenham. Yeah, they have Middlesbrough, who beat us. But anyways, that's a different story. Any other strikers? No one really. I guess we're looking at this Broha.
I've got all new for a strike force of Broha, Weghorst, and Jimenez. So they're all up in the upper box in your list. So
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of makes sense to why.
I mean, I'll be looking at Saint Max's injury situation because I think he'll be really good if he does.
If he is fit.
The double game week.
Yeah. So we'll have to monitor that situation and see. We'll talk about it probably next week as well. We'll see how it goes. And we'll talk if we get more news on Saint Max, could be a good option. Now, let's move on to Game Week 27 Captaincy. This is kind of a more tough one to predict because on one hand you have Burnley, who could have had an off game against who did they play? Who did Burnley play? I've forgotten.
They played.
They played Brighton. Okay, yeah.
That's a shocking result, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a shocking result because I didn't expect Brighton to concede 3, which is why I didn't go for any Burnley players this game because I didn't expect Brighton to actually concede anything. So that was a shocking result. So you could potentially have, some may captain Weghorst. Although I'm not too convinced to give the captaincy armband to Weghorst and Burnley after the nightmare that Watford produced. So I'm like, I will stick to my premium teams with their premium captains before going to any of these relegation side teams and giving them captaincy armbands. But there could be a captaincy option. Man City versus Everton could be another one with people targeting Man City players. United, what? Yeah, go ahead.
Man City have, especially because they lost last week.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose 2 games in a row and they want to bounce back big time.
Yeah.
And a team like City, where Pep's got such high standards.
Yeah.
Last week's result is they're probably all really worried, and they're going to go full strength in this game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They get smashed like 5-0.
It could happen. We never know.
And his goal difference is going to be important as well, I think, this season. So they're both going neck to neck, I think, in goal difference. So it'll be a good option.
which is why I've been contemplating this move of getting rid of Salah for 27, bringing in a City midfielder and bringing in Weghorst for a hit, while being able to keep Bruno as well. And then obviously wildcard Salah back in. I just lose 0.1 in value. It's not a bad move, I think, if I wanted to do. And if I had the funds, we'll have to see. I don't know if I'll have the funds or not. I could have also maybe done, but I don't think I want to take a -8 because I could have done Martinelli to like a Son as well. I just have to close my eyes against the Leeds game and hope that Spurs don't do anything. And Spurs be Spurs. And
You're playing Son this season like how I played Salah a few years ago. Pretty much tried sliding around the side, avoiding it while everyone else has just like creeping on the side.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Spurs as the Leeds also good game for captaincy options. So yeah, we got a few games. Maybe United Watford could be a good option with Bruno, although I probably wouldn't go there because I think Watford have improved defensively, which is why I was initially thinking of dropping Bruno, but I could also now drop Salah and just wildcard Salah back in.
Yeah.
I think Spurs Leeds games could be interesting. Spurs obviously coming off the win.
Yeah.
And they don't have. Is Kane meant to be injured or something? Does he have an injury designation?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Well, I don't think he should be.
Should be fine.
But I heard something about.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
So far, he's fine. We'll see.
Yeah, so I think Leeds Spurs could be another high scoring game because Leeds, they're both pretty shocking defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting. And Spurs look good. I mean, Kulusevski and Son and the new attacking trio look good against City. So I just hope they can remain consistent to not disappoint fantasy owners like me, because I get one good game from Son followed by 3 crap games. So
I bought Kane and he just gave me crap games, and then after I took him out, he decided to score.
Oh yeah. If I bring Kane this week, he's gonna blank. Believe me. He's gonna score a hat trick. So.
Can you take one for the team?
Again, you look back at another podcast before this when I told you that this trio could be a very dangerous trio.
Yeah, and now they are.
If you remember that one, I told you Kane, Son, and Kulele.
Playing games together, Robin. So
watch out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think you're right. There's going to be a big differential this week in terms of captaincy options.
Yeah.
It's not going to be very straightforward because we don't have Salah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not going to be very straightforward. So that's why I think a lot of people might tend towards the double game week player in Weghorst, and it could work out because it's like they're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Crystal Palace and they're playing Leicester. Leicester not that great defensively, and Crystal Palace on the other hand, we don't know what Crystal Palace turn up.
Yeah.
So it could work out, but at the same time, there are some good premium teams also playing some pretty weak opposition.
Yeah.
So who would be a top 3 for us to give you?
In terms of captaincy choices?
Yeah.
I think still the double game we play in Weghorst is probably still a good option. He's still diversifying the risk a little bit. I think if you have a Sterling, if you know he's guaranteed to play, I think that'll be great because he's been in very good form recently. And depending on, United, depending on how they go tomorrow, I mean, if there's a good chance like Bruno's going to play the Watford game, he could be a very good differential captain because a lot of people who are free hitting, yes, but if you're not free hitting, they're not going to have Bruno this week.
Yeah, he was already a differential player this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. He could be.
Or like Nick Sancho as well, but again, I think the majority are probably going to lean towards the double game week players.
Yeah, probably true.
If you don't have them, then I think you have. I don't think you need to necessarily panic if you don't have the double game week play because it's just Burnley at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well.
I don't know. I mean, I've got Son, and it's such an appetizing game against Leeds.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, and he's currently serving as my captain. Even though I've got Weghorst. So time will tell. It's one or the other.
Yeah, true. Thoughts might actually change after their games as well in the next, like the double game weeks, because Burnley are playing Tottenham and Spurs are playing Burnley. So we'll see what happens. If both fail to disappoint, we could be looking at City assets holding captaincy.
Right. Yeah, I think tomorrow it'll be a completely different picture.
Yeah.
It could be Captain Kane, or it could be not even considering Kane at all.
So yeah, it could change.
If Kane does well tomorrow, I think he can again be a very good captaincy option. Kane or Son.
Yeah, true.
Especially now, if he scores a goal tomorrow, I think he'll be the favorite. I think he might be favorite over Weghorst.
Oh really?
If he scores tomorrow's game, I think he'll be the most transferred player in for the game week.
Oh my god, I can't get Kane in.
I know, but I'm just thinking about the fact that I think a lot of people will try to bring Kane in.
Yeah, fair enough.
With no Salah in as well, so it might be that last transfer out Salah, wildcard Salah back in play.
Yeah.
I see a lot of those, but yeah,
we'll see. All right, so that's your captaincy options. I think Sterling also pretty good. I think Sterling or Mahrez could be a decent option as well if I wanted to. Price changes. Now let me bring this up. Where is this website? Here we go. Let me actually put it up here. Oh no, didn't pick it up. Why didn't it pick it up? Where is that? Oh, there we go. Wait. Cool. So price changes. This is my squad, and that's me looking for Mahrez. What happened to the website?
Crash.
Okay, here we go. Luis Diaz looking like Josisa. Abin has Josisa. Looking like he's gonna get a price rise. Salah, Van Dijk, White. Yeah, seems like the normal ones. I would kind of keep an eye out for the fact that these websites, they don't know how many are free hits as well, so it's not going to be very accurate, especially in a week where it's a lot of free hits happening as well. But this is what it's looking like. Josh King looks like a fall. Imari Gray, someone we I would have been interested because Chelsea have a really good set of fixtures going forward, and someone I was keeping my eye on was Hakim Ziyech, but he got injured in today's game. But he could have been a really good option going forward.
Yeah, Mount back, that's good signs.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Probably discuss next game. We can see. We'll have a bit more info. So yeah, that's the price falls. Nothing really changing, which is good when there's no price changes happening too much. And then finally, panel team. Let me bring that up as well.
I think the panel team's caught up to my rank now.
They're right on your tail, my friend. They're right on your tail. So it's on 59 points with a triple captain, mainly because we didn't change Jota out. Should have probably done that. Looking like Cucurella is coming. But the panel team is right on your tail. Yep. I wonder if we can get this panel team into the top 100k. We'll have to see. Maybe top 200k will be pretty good.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we'll see. So this game week, probably having something like probably had to get rid of 2 players.
How many transfers do you have?
We have 1 free transfer. We can take a hit if we wanted to. We need to get rid of Jota.
What chips are left of this thing?
Free hit, bench boost, probably 2 free hits. I think. I don't know if we used our first free hit.
So you used both wildcards, have you?
No, wildcard hasn't been used.
Okay.
So it has this wildcard as well.
1.
Yeah, 1 wildcard left. So it probably has the same chips as us, like I've been as Rush and myself.
Okay.
I think we just look to do the 2 free, do a transfer for a hit. This game week weren't anything played chips on. So
Jota out, and who else? Maybe Lacazette.
Yeah. Could bring in the double Burnley if you want to. If we're thinking about, are we thinking about wildcard this team soon?
I don't know. Maybe we could in 28.
What Burnley midfielder would you get?
I probably wouldn't get a Burnley midfielder.
Yeah. What about Cornet? Isn't Cornet meant to be back?
He is, but I'm not really confident with Cornet because Cornet always looks like he's away from it. He's like 1 game away from an injury and all of that.
He hasn't really done much, so.
We'll have to see against the Tottenham game, but I'm not really convinced. His numbers don't really scream out to me.
Yeah, I guess we can just do Weghorst if you want to do a striker, if we're thinking about.
Yeah, we could. Or should we wait until the game is over just in case these guys get injured?
That's true.
Yeah, but we can probably discuss the potential. We can do Weghorst and we can probably bring Son in. I don't know why we have Lucas Moura. I think this team needs to be wildcarded in 20.
Why do we have Lucas in this team?
I don't know, but I think it was a long ago move and
we haven't checked this team in a while. I haven't checked.
Yeah, that's what. Like there were a few weeks where we didn't do podcasts and Forgot about the
Fine,
team
just
as well.
take him out and put Sancho in because this is a differential team, right?
Oh yeah, true. We could. But that means we're taking a -8. I
And
guess that's
Sanchez 1 game week as well, right?
No, yeah. Well, no, we don't need -8.
Yeah. We're 10.9. We could probably bring in Sun if we wanted to.
Let's do it.
So,
bring a City. Let's bring a City asset. Let's bring in Sterling or something. Can you support Sterling?
we can, I think. Where's Manchester City?
Mahrez.
Sterling, we can 10.7.
Yeah.
So
Why not?
we could do something like this. Okay, so we'll keep it for now without making the moves, but this is what we'll probably end up doing. And then who do we give the armband to? Sterling? Or Weghorst?
Up to you, Abin. What do you recommend? Jared Bowen. Watch him score a hat-trick this week. Okay.
Yes. A lot of free hit managers won't be using him this week.
You know what? Bowen had a bit off game. I still trust in him for at least. I'm going to keep the next couple of game weeks.
Yeah, I think he's still pretty consistent. So I wouldn't, unless he decides to become like Antonio.
Antonio, on the hand, I'll chuck him out.
Yeah, I think this team will be wildcarded in 28.
Yeah.
But we'll decide the cap. Maybe I don't know. Who do you want? Abin.
Weghorst.
Okay, we'll captain Weghorst then. Okay, so I'll make these 2 moves as soon as the games are done, assuming that none of these guys get injured.
Yeah.
So this is what.
Oh, hang on. You got Sterling now. Oh.
Yeah, we got Sterling.
Well. Well, then Sterling captain, Weghorst vice in case it's not Sterling.
Okay. Then we'll do that. Okay, Sterling captain and Weghorst vice.
It's the differential team, right?
Huh?
It's the differential team.
Yeah, this is the differential team. It's not doing too bad. It's 400k.
I think at one point it was literally, I think if I didn't have this game week,
it was like right on your heels.
It was right on my tail. I'm sure it's still.
Yeah, it is. I think one point it overtook you as well.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I had a shocker. It's a different depressing talk about. It's a different depressing podcast.
But you're back on it. Okay, let's see how we go anyways. So that's the moves I'll make. But we'll see what happens with this game week as well. Alright, so that's basically it. I think Abin has frozen again, sad life.
Yeah.
No, he's here. Okay. So that's basically it. So thank you everyone who's watching. We've just managed to get it under an hour, which is good. And yeah. Anything else? Any final things to add?
No.
No, for a green arrow after tomorrow. No, that's all I'm hoping for. And I hope Trent doesn't play, and that's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
My last thoughts is I can't wait to have Salah back again in 28.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll hope for a good.
Well, I look forward to your guys' free hit on your wildcard teams. On
on 28. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. That'll be very interesting. I don't know if Rush is doing it, but I'm doing it. But
I don't know. I'm like 50-50 at the moment, potentially. It all depends on how I go in 27, I guess. But I don't know. I'm like 50-50. I'm on the fence.
Fair enough.
It really depends on how many players I can get for the 2 game weeks.
Yeah, that's true. And also game week 30 and all of that. I guess you wait for this thing, FA Cup fixtures to finish and then kind of decide.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Green arrows to everyone, and we'll see you guys. Oh yeah, I have like a deadline day stream coming up, so see you guys then. All right. See you.
All right. Yeah.